Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, where you can see great games played badly. I'm John and this is Timberborn. Before we get started, please do hit that like and subscribe button, because this is going to be, I think, something of a bittersweet episode. As you can see, our shredder has vanished from the game. And that is because the devs have released the first update. And there's a bunch of new buildings, a bunch of new resources, and old save games probably won't work very well. So, having just finished the reservoir last episode, we are probably going to have to start a new game. And that's okay. I will allow this to spin on until this is filled up, at least, so we will get to see that. But I will start a new save game with the other faction, the Iron Teeth. Yeah, I will do that. Other thing, thank you to Paul L, I think it was in the comments. It's definitely Paul, who pointed out that although the water will not flow out above the source blocks here, it will flow out from the side. So I had to put in some levees either side of the source blocks here. That's why it wasn't filling up before. And as you can see, it is now filling up quite well. These pumps are about to go out of service because they're about to be flooded, as are these here, which is good. We do have a drought coming in 1.4 days, which is fine. It's not like we don't have a lot of, water. The other issue is, previously, let me get to one of these. Previously, these blueberry bushes stayed alive under the water. Now they do not, because they have been replaced with other crops. We have additional trees. We have chestnut trees, which give you wood and chestnuts. There we have cattails and spadadoc, both of which are aquatic and must be partially submerged in water. And obviously we haven't set up any of this land to deal with aquatic crops or anything like that, so it would be problematic to build all the buildings we need in order to get back to this kind of level. So we'll probably not be doing that. They've also, by the looks of it, changed the way the pine trees work. Pine trees now give you pine resin. Hence, they all look a bit splotchy over here, because I have no way of collecting that resin at the moment, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going to have to relearn how to use all of those new... Well, not relearn. I'm going to have to learn how to use all of those buildings. Oh, here we go. We are starting to break through this new level. So, yeah, it is definitely filling up, just very, very slowly. But yeah, I will, as I say, I will let this fill up. I will see how far we can get with it. And then next episode, I think it is going to be starting a new save game, probably on a different map. I think I'll avoid this map again, because this was a difficult start. Just having this little area here to start with was quite challenging. But it was fun, I have to say. Very fun map. I probably will come back to it at a later date, because I'd like to, sort of set up waterways all the way through this area here as well, and just get as much of it fertile as possible, I think that would be an interesting challenge, but that's a long-term goal, I think. But in the meantime, I will spin on, and I will get this as full as possible. I'll get us through the drought, hopefully without too many deaths. Not that it really matters at this point. Well, there we are, friends. The reservoir has filled to the point where we almost started flooding this bit, so I've lowered the floodgates a little bit. I did have to add in a channel here to siphon some of the water from this source. to help it fill up. Now all of this is going to flood. But yeah, that's going to be it for this particular playthrough. I have now closed the floodgates all the way up so we can watch this district completely flood as we say goodbye to it. It's not going to be the end of Timberborn. In fact, it's not going to be the end of this episode. I am going to start a new episode with the other faction very shortly. There we go, the water's starting to demolish all of our good work. Let's speed this up. Oh, it's receded again. Never mind. Oh, it's advancing again. We do have some flooded buildings somewhere. Oh, here. The water production here, because we've gone slightly too high. But yes, we have successfully completed this vast reservoir. I think that is an accomplishment in and of itself. I will not be restarting on this particular map, as I may have mentioned. But I will start another one shortly, and I will see you very, very shortly. Right, well, here we are. We are on the... let's pause that. We are on the Plains map, which is the recommended large... Ooh. That's a thing. That's underground ruins. Nice. That's a new thing. Oh, there's more over there. Okay, so we've got a nice sort of meandering river. Presumably exits out that way. So where's the entry point? Okay, it's all the way back here. Probably should have not been looking at the underground ruins and paying more attention to where the river was going. Okay, so that's not too bad. If we can get across to here, at least we can get a nice big lake going on. There's not a lot of... Okay, so there's a drop there. And there's a big drop there. Okay. Right, well, let's start with the basics. Let's start with the basics. That seems like probably the best idea. Yep, that's a good start. I know exactly what I'm doing here. Right, we need to put in the woodcutters and the wood storage and things like that. So we'll start with... Ooh. So everything looks different. And with these, you can actually build these on top of each other. Because they are solid, unlike the other faction. So we can store much more wood in the same amount of space. Let's put in a lumberjack flag over here. Let's put it, yeah, let's put it like that. Then, okay, we're going to want to gather it over here, and we're going to want to get rid of this barrier, this blockage over here. So I'm going to put the gatherer flag there. And what I will do is mark that for demolition, because then we can get the oh, and that one. No, pressing all the wrong buttons. That one. So yeah, I'll mark those two for demolition, and then we can get across here with a dam or a platform, which we obviously don't have at the moment. I was just checking what we started with. That's a start. We do need, obviously, water coming in. And I think I'll come down this way for that. At least to start with. I don't want to go that far, though, do I? Come on, John. Come on. Right. Yeah, we'll pop one in the... no, I don't want to do that. That's stupid. Come on. I want to put one in there and one next to it, and then we will join it with paths. like so. Okay, that's a good start, I think. Yeah, let's speed things up and see how they get on with that. I need to mark in the tree cutting area, obviously. So let's just... everything you can reach there to start with. Okay, so that's now filled because we've removed the blockage. I want to put in a dam there, I think. And then we'll bring the path... I didn't need to demolish that other bush. Never mind. But we will bring the path across there so the gatherer has easy access to all of this as well. In theory. We will also want some water storage, which we will pop... let's have a look. Up here is probably best. We'll stick a couple in there and we'll stick a path along like that. Yeah, that's a good start. Obviously, the next thing we're going to need is food, or a better supply of food than just the berries. But we will spin on briefly just to allow them to finish this construction, and then we'll put in a farm, I think. Right, we've got all that built. I've told them to build an inventor's hut and a farmhouse. Let's speed that up a little bit. And I think the next thing is probably to dam across here. But for that we are going to probably want a forester, because we want to get a replaceable source of wood coming in. We also have Tapper's Shack, which produces maple syrup and pine resin, which we can then use in the wood workshop to produce strengthened planks. And I'm not sure what we use those for, but I'm sure it's something important. Okay, so we have 3 unemployed at the moment, so when the farmhouse gets finished, that'll take 2 of them. So we don't have any children currently, so it's probably a good idea to start thinking about getting some housing. Okay, so this is... oh, that's right, yes. Okay, we'll build a barrack building. If I can figure out which way it goes around, like that. And pop a path in. But we also need... I've lost it now. Where are we? Housing. We also need these, which are breeding pods. This is the only way that this faction can reproduce. They basically grow new beavers in clone tanks. And you need water and berries to be fed to them. So we will need to set one of those up, at least one of those up, fairly quickly. We might as well arrange them along there like that. How are we doing? We have no food, but we do have a beaver collecting food. We don't have any storage. So we will build some storage. And I tend to set them back one from the road so you can get a set of stairs in so you can get to the next level. That's the only reason I do that. And it looks nicer, let's be honest. Okay, how are we doing? Let's speed up a bit more. Right, we have some building work to do, so I will come back when that is completed. Right, we've just got our first drought warning. So I've got the everything set up and built over here. I'm building a lumber mill and a couple of water wheels down here. Although they're saying that's too far for them to go. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, because these only produce 40 power. And that requires 50. So, I mean, I could put... yeah, I'll just put a hamster wheel on it, I think. So I will not build either of those. And in fact, I won't... will I build this here? No, I won't build this here. We will put it over here instead, I think. Like this. No, 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 like this. Yes. Okay, but I will prioritize the levies there. So hopefully they'll... I mean, they're not going to get it done before the drought. That's not going to happen. But we will speed up. So we might be a little bit short of water. So let us also build another water tank. And in fact, prioritizing that is a good idea as well. Okay, but I'll spin on and see how far we get before the drought hits. Well, we didn't get very far with our dam before the drought hits, so this could be interesting. This could be another short series. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how long it's going to be. We're about to find out. But we did manage to get the next water tank built. I haven't put in the lumber mill yet, because obviously we don't have the logs, because we're concentrating on getting this dam built. We do have enough, however, to unlock the forester. So I will do that. Not that we can build it yet, because we need planks, but that will be our next step of the project. Once we've got the lumber mill in, we'll get a forester. We can start bringing in wood more regularly and more effectively. Okay, so it's only a 3-day drought, so that should be fine. Nothing should go horribly wrong in 3 days, he says. Well, we'll find out. So let's speed things up and see how we do. Right, that's our first drought dealt with. Let's see how long it's going to take the water to return. Some time by the look of it. Let's speed things up. Okay, that's not too bad though. We did okay. We've still got a little bit of water left. Will probably last us to the end of the day. So hopefully the water will return fairly soon. We haven't got any further with the dam, because I stopped them from cutting down trees whilst there was no water, because I think that actually just kills the tree completely. It won't regrow after that. And until we've actually got everything up and running, like a forester, for example, there's not a lot of value. So there, the water's back. Yeah, there's not a lot of value in getting rid of these trees until we can actually replant them, essentially, is what I was trying to say. Words are hard. Okay, but now that we've got that back, we've got people... do I... Now, think. Is it more important to get the lumberyard done with the wood that we've got access to? Yes, that's probably the case, isn't it? Getting this done first is probably smarter, I think. What do we need for that? 15 logs for that. 40 logs for that. Oof. That's a lot of logs. But we can also get up here, can't we? Is that going to be too far away? Let's have a look. I will bring the path along there. And then if we... Actually, if we add another bit of path there and we put in a lumberjack flag up there, he's within reach, and we can tell him or her, yeah, just cut down all of these trees. And on that note, we can probably put a gatherer up here as well, can't we? Yes, we can. We'll do that. Okay, our 2 children have been born, and they've literally just grown up, as you can see. And we have 2 more children born. These are the somewhat disturbing, what would you call them? Amniotic tanks. You can see the little proto-beavers developing in there. Yeah. But okay, that should get us some more wood in. That should get us some more... Yeah. Come on. Someone build this, please. That should get us some more berries in, which is good. Still not done this. Come on. Okay. Right, I'll spin on until we've made a little bit more progress. We've moved forward a few more days. Everything is constructed except for the forester, which is nearly done. We need 1 more log. So that should be done very soon. I'll speed up a little bit. Our dam is finished, so that should help keep a little bit of water in this section during droughts, which should help. I did have to shut down one of our deep water pumps in order to keep food coming in and things like that. We've got 2 children currently who are, there's one of them, fairly close to growing up, and our breeding pods are fairly close to producing more children. Let's speed up a bit more. So we can, as soon as that happens, we can get a beaver into the foresters and start planting trees and start getting a steady supply of wood. I have set up 1 little stand of birch and 1 stand of pine for the moment. Although I was thinking it would be worth putting in a stand of chestnut trees as well. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, isn't it? That's a lumberjack flag. Let's destroy this lumberjack flag because there's no point in having that there. That should give us someone to put somewhere. I don't know where that person went. Possibly into the district centre. Oh no, we just lost somebody. Vulzal died of old age. Okay. So they've been replaced. But those children should grow up shortly, and one of them will go in there. And yes, I am going to put in a small stand of chestnut trees there. Do I need a gatherer for those? You should be able to reach them. That's fine. Yeah, that should be good. So that's a fairly decent start, I think. Obviously, let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, in the future, when we're thinking about sort of long term, if we're going to want to raise this water level, then all of this is going to get flooded. So we're going to have to move this district to higher ground. But there isn't a lot of higher ground, to be honest. I do think the best sort of long-term bet would be just to block this off here and flood this area. Actually, maybe up to just this level, because that'll give us a fair amount. Okay. Oh no, they'll come up to here. Where else? There isn't anywhere else it can escape from, I don't think. So yeah, if we just bring it up to this level, we'll have all of this as shallow water, so we should be able to farm aquatic crops in there. In theory. I'm not quite sure how the aquatic crops work yet. That is something we're going to have to look into. But we do have a lot of shallow water down here that we can move down to and farm if that's what is needed. But yes, I'll have to look into how those work. I don't know yet. Okay, so we've got another drought coming in half a day. Our trees have started to be planted. Hopefully this stretch of water will stay for most of the drought, if not all of it, and keep all of this fertilised. This dam should keep this area slightly more full than this area, in theory, because we will be drawing water out. Having said that, I will turn on the water pump. Yes, so I will leave it there for this episode. I will come back for another one, probably on Tuesday as normal. I just wanted to get this done because I knew that the update had just happened and I wanted to check, and yeah, it was kind of messing with the save game a little bit, so thought it best to start a new one now, and then on Tuesday we can develop a bit more. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. Like I say, leave us a comment. Join us next time, as I say, probably on Tuesday for Timberborn, but there are lots of other videos on my channel which I would like you to check out, because they are, you know, other videos. I'm not going to say they're good, but I am going to say they are other videos on my channel that you can check out. So thanks very much for joining us. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and goodbye.